Josh, congrats on the win. Obviously, a very productive game for you from a scoring standpoint. Just I know that offense hasn't come nearly as maybe as easy as you'd like for the past few games, but how good did it feel? You got a couple early ones to drop there, and it seemed like you just kind of fell into a groove that first quarter, and it kind of carried on from there.
Yeah, I mean, it felt great. I mean, I think it's very obvious that offense hasn't been great yet lately. But I think for me, it's just like sticking with it and trying to do the little things for the team. I know that I know a coach has trusted me. I know my teammates have trusted me the same way that I trust them. So yeah, I think I just came out, tonight and just ready to go. I really, I love playing in competitive games and I want to win every game. So I think, yeah, I was ready to go, ready to come out going.
Defensively, Giannis was obviously coming off the 59-point game the other day. You guys held him to 22. A lot of double teams, getting the ball out of his hands. How did you think, team-wise, you guys did guarding him and kind of making sure it was, getting the ball away from him for the most part?
Yeah, I mean, I think Grant really took this challenge, head on and guarding, one of the greatest players, in the game. And I think Grant did a great job, and I think the guys, really bought into the assignment and being able to have Grant's back. But yeah, I mean, I think it was great individual defense by Grant, and I think our goal was to be able to help him. So yeah, I think it was really cool to be able to see the team take on the challenge.
Word that coaches used a lot is connector, having guys that can play off of initiators like Lamelo and Brandon and Miles. Could you just talk about what do you think that means? And you mentioned doing the little things. What goes into being a connector?
Yeah, I mean, I think being a connector can be so many different things. I think there's so many different ways that you can impact a game, whether it's defense, whether it's rebounds. I mean, just like somebody like Musa, that's a huge connector. It's something that, every single team needs, winning teams all have connectors, and I think, it's something that I take, and take my pride, and I'm fine with doing that. I'm fine with, creating shots for Lamelo, Brand, and Miles. They're all great players. They're all young guys, and I think, yeah, I mean, I think, it's fun to be a connector. There's momentum changes in games, and yeah, I mean, I think it's just being able to watch film and see how we're able to, help those guys out. I mean, Melo gets, face guarded, and I mean, I'm doing that to the other team, so it's like, I can understand, it is challenging. So to be able to help those guys it's just part of the job.
Lamelo had 15 in the fourth quarter, but like you said, Musa, if he doesn't have a lot of those second chance points, you're not in that situation. Can you just talk about the effort he put in tonight and how that helps you guys on a night-to-night basis?
Yeah, I mean, I think Musa has not only he was great tonight, but I think, since training camp, he's come in and it's just, looked really good. He goes for every single offensive rebound, every single defensive rebound. He dives on the floor. Not a lot of bigs want to dive on the floor, and so I think for Musa, like, he's young too, and I think it's very cool to be able to see him be able to expand his game, and he really took advantage of this opportunity, with both bigs out, and he's done a great job.
Coach had mentioned you were ultra aggressive out there. You got 10 points in the first quarter. Can you explain just your mentality? First quarter, come out there, I guess, just maybe get the offense going a little bit better than the way it has the last couple of games.
Yeah, I mean, I just think I just wanted to come out aggressive and kind of set a tone. I think I really wanted to win this game coming into, especially being back home in Charlotte. Like it's fun, and the atmosphere was great. And yeah, I think for me it's just like I never want to like force my way into something, and and I know new situations take time, and I'm fine with that. But yeah, I mean, I think tonight I just tried to come out aggressive and ready to go.
And then obviously you've been around for a while now, but seeing Lamelo in his fourth quarters, another one tonight. Can you explain what's like watching him take over and have plus plays on the stretch for the guys and win the games?
Yeah, I mean, I think he's like #1 in the league right now for fourth quarter points, which is very, impressive. I think his, composure at the end of the games is really cool. Being able to see, how, composed he is, and not rushing the shot. So yeah, I mean, he's been a great leader this year, and yeah, I mean, I think we all trust him in that situation.
You've gotten to play this connector role, pretty much your whole career, especially in Dallas with Luka and Kyrie later on. Just what's the gravity like playing with a star player like Lamelo and a young star like Brandon Miller?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's one of those things where it's not gonna, from day one, it's not everything's gonna fall into play. You're not gonna be able to understand how they play, their tendencies. So I think it comes with film and practice and, you know, seeing what they like to do, seeing, you know, where, you know, opportunities for me to try to get a mismatch on them or whatnot. And I think that does, you know, take times. And I think there's times where there's glimpses where it looks great, but there's also, you know, times where, you know, I need to be better with communicating and whatnot with him. So I think it's all just, we're all still figuring, you know, each other out. We're all, you know, new here. So, yeah, but it's fun playing with him. Thank you very much.